Hey, welcome to another episode of Spectacular. And this is a podcast where we talk about movies that we think we will like. And today, this is a special episode. This is our Halloween special. Yeah, that's the lightning.
The lightning and the thunder.
As you can hear in the background.
Yeah.
And I am one of your hosts, Brandon. And of course, you heard my ghoulish best friend. And he goes by
Michael. Well, that's Jason, so.
Oh, shit. What's Michael Myers then?
Like the synth.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen a full
I don't think we're
Halloween
allowed
movie.
to do that either.
Well, we're not playing the actual song.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, my rendition was pretty spot on, so.
as I was saying,
If
before I
someone
was
would
rudely
have put
interrupted.
up the, oh my god, what's the music one where you get the names?
Shazam?
If someone would Shazammed it,
Yeah.
and like, that shit would have picked it
No, it
up.
would have said, "You're listening to an idiot." I think that's what it would have said. And today we are reviewing the movie.
Is he okay?
Is that guy having a seizure? Please call the police. We are reviewing the movie Hellraiser, which is a movie from 1987.
I was gonna do hell sounds, but I didn't know. I was gonna there's no way. Okay.
No, is that okay? Anyway,
Well, there's like the dogs at the gate, so I guess that counts.
it's from 1987. And I'll read the brief synopsis of the movie. But when I say brief, this is like literally 6 sentences. It's more than what a paragraph should be. So, sexual deviant Frank inadvertently opens a portal to hell when he tinkers with the box he bought while abroad. The act unleashes gruesome beings called Cenobites who tear Frank's body apart.
Not Cinnabites, like delicious cinnamon bites.
Ceno? Is it Cenobites? Okay, Cenobites.
It might be Cenobites.
Who tear Frank's body apart. When Frank's brother and his wife Julia move into Frank's old house, they accidentally bring what is left of Frank back to life. Frank then convinces Julia, his one-time lover, to lure men back into the house so he can use their blood to reconstruct himself. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. This movie fucking sucked dick. I know it's from the 80s, late 80s, mind you, and I was 1 year old when this came out. You were 2, roughly.
Watched it 3 times in the theater. 2 years old.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So this movie, this made me really realize why I hate horror movies. This movie, I said this to you before we started recording this because I want to bring it up again.
We've done a horror movie. We've talked about this.
Yeah, Hereditary was great though.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Like it's fucking good.
Hell yeah.
This movie again, it's like basically late 80s, 90s. This was literally gore porn. Like there was just you see like dicks around there. There's obviously
there is
at the very beginning. It's not like a real dick, but like on there, when it first shows that just swinging.
Oh, with the parts of
I'm almost
Frank.
certain. Well, there might have been other.
Frank bits.
Yeah, but like I swear to God, there's at least 2 dicks on that. That's why I was
Frankie
confused.
bits.
Frankie's naughty bits. Did you like this movie, Mike? Truthfully.
No.
Good.
I mean,
We can still be friends.
Yeah. Okay.
This movie fucking sucked.
But like, I like some of like the. I'm trying to decide: is it a level of camp that's in it, like willfully kind of silly?
Maybe.
Not to the level of like.
Well, let's say really quick. I'm sorry. So this was directed by Clive Barker, who he's been around for a long time.
Well, this is his first movie.
Right, and I can respect it. And you had the actors in it too. I didn't say the actors' names because in the synopsis it does say their names, but I didn't say them. Let me see, where is it? Okay, so there's Sean Chapman, who is Frank.
It's Frank.
There is.
Oh, I realized he just plays like actual Frank, like the guy in all the not skin Frank.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not him. It's another dude.
Somebody else?
It's the guy, and I forgot to write his name down.
So he's in it for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
That is stupid as fuck. Is the guy that's in it, is that Doug? No, that's Pinhead.
No.
Doug Bradley?
No, it's the guy. I think it's the guy where they're putting the mattress up the stairs. It's
The old guy?
No, the younger one. He's like, "Hey, baby, you want to pay for a mattress?"
Or whenever he says like, "Oh, your daughter has your wife's looks," he's my wife's dead, and they just stare at him like dumbfounded.
Get the beer. Are those hired dudes? Are those his friends?
No, those have got to be just a bunch of fucks that way they saw on the side of the street. It's just hired help. So I'm glad you said that you did not like this movie because again, this was stupid as fuck.
But like I said, like it's gory, but it's like that 80s gore. Like
right.
Like the blood's super bright red.
Right. Super fake.
Like the flesh is like super fleshy. Like
I did like the few times where he
chunky
was
and-
wearing clothes for some reason, and he had blood like around the collar and shit. Like no
Well,
shit.
you know what it looks like, and maybe this is like a Simpsons homage to them. Remember when, like, it's the end of a Halloween episode? I can't remember exactly which one, but Homer's like, "Oh no, that gas that's turning people inside out is
Right.
coming out."
Right.
their skin flips out. Like that's what he looked like.
Wasn't that the episode where they started doing the Charlie Brown reference, or is that a different episode?
No, that's the Mr. Burns vampire Dracula episode.
Okay.
Because Lisa goes, "Yeah, everyone's a vampire," and they go, "Happy Halloween."
Yeah, and they completely.
Yeah.
No, I get the gore was over the top.
So, but like, and you might not have seen them. Have you seen? I mean, I know you've seen like Evil Dead 2.
No, I've never fully seen Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
So when I was on HBO Max the other day, I did see that you had, I believe you had brought it up, and I think, did you recently watch it?
No.
Okay, well, I was going to watch it because I saw it on there.
Wait,
and then I also
someone's
saw,
been using my HBO Max.
and it wasn't me.
All right, you listen here, listeners. If
Yeah.
it's one of you,
How did you get his password?
did you get
Papa
my
Mike 66.
stop saying stuff. I was too close for comfort. You fuck.
I know what it is. Either way, I saw those on there because you
You
were
know,
talking
just for
about
that,
it.
you're gonna beep that when it comes. You can say bleep.
Yeah, fine. I will not do that. So they need to know your email anyway. They need to know all that other shit and so, whatever. So what were you saying? I'm sorry. Evil
Nah,
Dead,
nah, I
2.
forgot.
I've seen Evil Dead 2. I've only seen
It's
Evil
hard
Dead
to
1.
focus when you know your identity's been stolen.
Sure. I've seen Evil Dead 1 and I've seen Army of Darkness. I have not seen Evil Dead 2.
So I'm assuming the answer is no to this one. But have you seen the
Necronomicon book?
yeah, that one? No, Dead Alive, the old Peter Jackson movie.
Yes.
The zombie one.
Yeah, with like the lawnmower.
Yeah.
I think I saw that
like,
because
see,
of you.
yeah, okay, but there's like a layer of level, not a level.
Right,
It's like
right.
fucking
No, I get it, I
blowing in
get
your
it.
Face, like the campy, fun, kind
Sure,
of gory.
but I don't think they were doing that in this. I think Clive Barker was like, this is what I want. I want to fucking look at this stuff and possibly masturbate to it later or whatever. Whoever's into that kind of stuff. And I ain't judging. Everybody's got their kink, but I feel like it was just over the top for no reason. I mean, the guy was walking around.
It's a horror movie. Like,
When you
if
recommend
any genre is going to push boundaries, it's going to be horror, right?
But I was expecting also Pinhead to be in this movie like the whole fucking time because I thought that was his thing. I thought this people liked about this series was him being like, oh, and if you didn't know, you don't watch Rick and Morty, right?
No.
There's an episode that they had, the Cenobites.
Cenobites?
Cenobites. They
The
had
Cinebuns?
Yeah, they had an episode where it was because they get pleasure from pain, and there's an episode where they.
Oh, that's a Beatles lyric.
Oh, okay.
Well, not exactly, but similar to that.
But the creatures were getting pleasure of Rick's father-in-law. I always forget his god, Jerry, like because he's just a fucking dweeb. But they're getting the pleasure of people being upset with him, and they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, and like they're getting all fucking hard. Anyway, I just want to say there's Rick and Morty definitely reference this movie.
So your issue with Pinhead, I get it.
Not a lot of them. And there's not a lot of him
Right.
in this movie.
Well, I think that's because he was not supposed to be like the main focus.
I get that.
That's why he doesn't even have a name in the movie.
They never.
He's called Lead Cenobite.
But on Google it says Pinhead.
No, I know, but that was just a nickname that people use.
Oh, okay.
Clive
okay.
Barker doesn't even like the name Pinhead.
Oh, so he never even named it.
No.
Oh, ever.
Like even like in the novels and later, like he calls him like the priest.
Okay.
Like he wants him to be dignified. So that was one of the issues. Like when he was writing the movie, the producers was like, hey, Freddy's out. Freddy's popular. Freddy cracks wise and shit like that. Like you need to make him more like that. But Clive Barker was like, no, I need him to be like stern and serious and composed, like kind of Dracula, like just serious and focused, not like cracking wise back.
Yeah,
like, ooh, like scraping his pins against the door as he's
Yeah.
coming. 1, 2, 3, pinheads coming for thee.
Sure.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. Well, hey, send that to Clive. There is at the very beginning, the very first scene where Frank gets the puzzle box. Because I know, really quick, everybody, Michael's looking for the name of that puzzle box.
I saw it somewhere in my research, and then I lost where it was.
5 minutes later, he's like, "I'm just gonna call it puzzle box." But I get it.
I'm sorry. Well, let me finish. So there's that, and then the other Cenobites, like the guy with like the the chattering guy, like
And there's the big boy,
the big one,
Yeah.
Butterbean or Butterball.
And
Whatever
then there's the
hell
woman one with like the knitting needles through her cheeks and shit. Okay.
she's kind of foxy, bro. Anyway,
Tell
like those ones, like their makeup made like them doing lines like impossible.
What kind of lines are we talking? Like la cocaína?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the 80s, of course.
Sure.
No, like dialogue. So that's why Pinhead got all the dialogue, or most of the dialogue.
Okay.
So he wasn't meant to be like a thing. but he kind of became the focus.
Right.
And then people just gravitated for him because he looks cool, with the pins.
I don't think he looks cool.
Okay, whatever.
I think it looks like he makes me want to do like cross stitching or some kind of knitting.
Just put the around his face.
Yeah. So the very first scene where he gets the puzzle box, the guy that gives it to him, he needs to go to some kind of like, he needs to get like a manicure or something because his nails were dirty as fuck.
Those were Frank's.
Okay, well then Frank needs to get a manicure.
Frank was handing the money.
Okay, that's fine. But like the close up of the fingers and shit,
it was disgusting.
It was gross. Like that was probably the grossest thing in the
movie.
movie. Yeah, that was the grossest. Like, I could take all the gore and the dick and all that.
Just
and
black
ears.
fingernails.
Yeah, disgusting. Because like, what if he's like putting food in his mouth and he's just okay? Yeah,
that's how you get an infection from like picking your nose and like having all that goop and you're just stuffing in there.
Sometimes you gotta pick, bro. Sometimes you gotta pick.
Yeah, well, fucking clean your nails.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine him like cutting his nails. Because they were long too. That's why there's so much.
Yeah, there's so much white. Yeah.
Like,
I bite my nails all the time. So you ever see my nails? They're always just not on. Not like they're raw, but just there's never white unless it's the cuticle. That's all I have that's white on there.
I don't. So mine are
dirty as fuck.
No, they're clean. Look at it.
Okay, all right, that's impressive.
Yeah, fuck you.
It's just your hands are just dirty and dry and crusty.
I think you're talking about my skin color, which would make you a racist. So I appreciate you not saying that again.
Okay, I do like the way the box
and me.
And everybody, that was the episode for today. The way the box would open though, I did actually think that was cool. Yeah. And then I put dicks on the post. I put that in caps in my notes. And then I literally like 6 times in my notes I put this movie fucking sucks. Like it just again I get it, it's a movie of the time. And I've always had a distaste for horror movies.
And it's low budget.
Sure.
Only $1 million or whatever.
I'm sure the second movie had more because it did do pretty well in theaters.
I heard that's even crazier. So I kind of want to watch it just to see.
You could do that. We're not covering that.
I mean, we're not going to cover
maybe
it
next year.
For me.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about this? Every year we do.
But there's like 9 of them, so I don't want to watch all those.
I'll say every year we do the podcast, we'll do just Hellraiser.
Another Hellraiser.
And then Hellraiser 2 next year. And then Hellraiser 3. So if we make it ever to 2, hey, we'll see. What did I put? Oh, so Larry, who was, what was his name? That's
Andrew Robinson.
Yeah, Andrew Robinson. He had,
the dad.
I put in here.
No,
I put poor Larry.
Yeah.
Like he literally not only being cucked by a fucking
his brother.
Yeah, his brother, his fucking cadaver brother, but like the woman, I don't know if she like despises him because I feel like there is care throughout the movie. She was telling even Frank to like no, like
don't not him.
Yeah, don't kill him and stuff like that. So I think she cares, but he's clearly being cucked by a cadaver.
Yeah.
And he just got shafted out of all of it. Like takes his skin, his daughter. I mean, her character alone, the dub, actually, I want to say this movie is dubbed, is so poor. Like many times where there's no mouth movement and the voice is already going. I'm like, come on. I know it's the 80s, but you can do a better ADR than that.
Is that why I was looking at her mouth the whole time? I thought it's because
I did look at her mouth a lot.
Okay, it's not just me.
She had nice teeth.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't see her name on there. But anyway, but Larry, I put poor Larry.
Ashley Laurence.
Okay. Larry got like shafted the worst at it. And obviously the guys that Claire would bring home, I mean, each one of those guys is getting owned. But it was weird because Frank, I would see him put his fingers into the people. Mm-hmm. But then what was he doing? Was he
taking their essence?
But like, so he did
like
it to the woman.
Their life force.
Yeah, but you see him do it to the woman. I didn't see him do it to the guys. Like, right? Okay. I don't remember ever seeing the guys their life.
I think one of them he like put his hand through their neck.
I saw that. Okay. But like, you don't see them after, right? Where are the bodies going?
Remember she fucking carried it and put it like next door?
No.
In the room across the hall?
No.
So at the very end of the movie, when Christy.
When she's running around the house and stuff?
Kirsty. Anyway, right. Whatever. When she's getting chased by all the ghouls.
Yeah.
She's like hiding in the thing and like
right.
one of the corpses pops up.
Oh, that was a corpse? I thought it was one of the Cenobites.
Cenobites? No.
Yeah, I thought it was the big boy.
No.
Okay.
It was dead. So it's like, and like maggots fall on her.
Yeah. So I remember seeing
one of the corpses.
Okay. You gotta get the corpses, baby? Yes, Mom.
Yes, Mom.
I'm gonna go get the corpses. Okay, so back to Larry really quick. He got shafted hard in this movie, but I did like his duster at the beginning.
Okay.
I have a thing for dusters. I can't pull them off.
Does anybody pull those off now?
I think so. I think because they had a joke about it in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they all love the duster look. But here's my thing. When I buy jackets, like I'm a medium if anybody wants to buy me a jacket, or a sweater, or a shirt.
You have your Amazon wish list on the website.
Yeah, right? Once we open up our, what's that thing where people can
Patreon.
Thank you. With your Patreon submission, everybody, I can get a medium shirt and Mike can get his size shirt too. So anyway, a duster. I don't get my sweaters and jacket, not sweaters. I don't get my jackets fitted, which I should, because some of them are just a little bit long. Like they're just a little bit over my arm or my hand. And I know they're supposed to line up with your, like right at the hand, right? So if I put my arms up, it's going to come down a little bit. But I think that's the main thing why I don't get a duster. I can't pull it off either which way. But I would like to get one. And of course fitted. So it's like a narrow arm, not like the loose arm. But that was the 80s when he showed his duster. So you didn't like this movie.
It's good to see because it's, a big deal in like the horror community. But I mean,
why do you think that is?
Will I ever?
Because the gore?
I think Pinhead has a lot to do with it. Like that character itself.
8 lines. Like what?
Yeah, but it takes time for these characters to develop. So like if you watch like Nightmare on Elm Street first one.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you think of Freddy, like I said, like cracking wise and being funny, stuff like that. As I recall, the last time I seen it, he's not that funny in the first movie.
Okay.
I think he does like a couple laughs, like whatever, that sort of stuff. But like later on in the films, like the character develops more and becomes more silly and more smart-assy. So I guess if we were to watch more Hellraisers, when Pinhead becomes more the focus because he was so popular, I think that's where maybe the character develops more and he becomes more important. I mean, there were 9 movies, so it's not insignificant. I mean, I know horror movies are known for sequels, so there'll be a lot of them, but I'm just saying like...
And this is actually a prime opportunity to thank our sponsor today, Saw 14.
Yeah.
This one is called Jigsaw Harder. And
it's Kevin Hart this time.
Yeah.
not Chris Rock.
Oh man, what was he thinking? I mean, paychecks.
I didn't actually see it, so maybe it's good.
The only Saw that I've ever liked is the very first one, and I've seen like 4 of them.
I don't know if I've ever seen any of the other ones other than that first one.
Well, the first one was PG-13, so they they couldn't show a lot, and it had Danny Glover. It had what was his name? Robin Hood Man in Tights.
Carrie Elways.
Who else was in that? There's one other person that was in it, and then like Mark Wahlberg's brother Donnie was in one of them. I mean, some known people have been in these movies.
I know. Like,
Chris
I have
Rock.
like flashes of like scenes of them, like of various torture devices, but I don't. I want to say I have not seen full other movies other than that first one.
You're really not missing out. I mean, well, that's the thing. If you like horror movies, fine. If you like all the blood, guts, and gore, go for it. Go get your dick hard.
Like I said, I like good horror movies, but I guess it's just by word of mouth. Like people are like, "Oh, that's good. You should watch that." So
it's like how what was the first found film movie? The Blair Witch Project. I mean, that would have like what a $20,000 budget and made $300 million.
Like
it's fucking stupid.
I recall liking Blair Witch too.
The first one, but the way it ends, there's not even an ending to that movie. It's like the person was standing in the corner, and the person, Jim, and then the camera falls, and then it goes to black, and I was kind of like, okay, like, Mike and I talked about this.
The unknown is scarier than what you can see.
No, here's the thing. This is what Mike and I talked about before we recorded too.
Any ambivalence, Brandon is fucking out.
Yeah,
like
I need closure.
I need to know.
Like if there's 5 storylines,
and Blair is like, "Hey guys, how you doing? I'm the witch. My name's Sarah, by the way. Yeah. Sarah with an H, not an A. Fuck you guys." And I'm gonna just run this bitch.
Yeah,
so this girl,
done. I'm gonna go blaring it up over here. So I don't know why you guys came on the Blair Witch because my first name is Blair. But anyway.
Oh yeah, why did I call her Sarah? Her name's Blair.
You fucking idiot. So something that I pointed out too was because they didn't establish Frank's relationship with Claire in the movie until she had the flashback when she was like diddling her skittle, is that they had a relationship.
Yeah.
And so when I wrote my note, why is she going through his shit? Was now okay, she's going through because they had a past thing.
Remember? How do you not know? She takes a photo of him, cuts the girl out, and keeps him. So, like, obviously, she has feelings for him.
Oh no! I got that, but that's the thing. I wrote my note prior to really finding out that they were a thing. So when she found that, she's like, come look at this, and he came in, and Larry can look at it. That he was, I mean, I guess you could say squatting in his own house. But like when she was going through the pictures and shit, I was like, what the fuck? That's not her shit. Why is she? And she's sitting on that nasty ass bed.
Yeah.
That thing.
Mattress.
If you would want to call it that did not even look like a
pile
mattress.
of hay with a sheet over it.
Yeah, or it was just a bunch of blankets like sewn together, It did not look comfortable. I can tell you that. So the brother, though, he's a sexual deviant. Clearly,
Yeah,
like
that's actually one of the things I didn't like. I get it, but they just call him that. Like, do they call him that, or it's just all
I mean,
in all
I
the
just read
readings
the
it just
description.
says?
It said, yeah, sexual deviant.
I don't know. Maybe it just didn't come off enough for me at the
Well,
beginning.
he established too that he was looking for more. He needed more pleasure. He needed more pleasure, and like he said that they.
I think I just needed like they showed the photos that she was looking through. I just think I just needed a little more skin.
Penetration? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I guess so. Whatever.
Sure. Full frontal penetration?
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
Well, this is the 80s too, so I'm sure even if you saw it, there's so much bush.
Although that being said, like Clive had to like cut out shit to get the R rating.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to go X on him. So maybe that's
Oh, so he probably might have shown some stuff, and he had to.
It's also based on that book. So maybe the book has
What's
more.
the book called?
The Hellbound Heart.
Written by him, I imagine?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he was a playwright.
I have it written. I just try to say it without looking. Let me see if I'm right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you can remember stuff.
3
Congratulations.
words, everybody.
What's my birthday?
July 21st.
You know, I feel like you almost had it.
3rd?
Yes.
Damn it. I was going
I'm
to
saying
go
so you can remember something that's 3 words long, but you can't remember your friend of 16 years' birthday.
When's my birthday?
Yours is May 11th.
Also close, you fucking fuck.
13th.
No.
What?
12.
Damn it. Okay, well, we're both fucked. Remember,
I mean, you were 2 days off. I was
2 days
2
off.
days off. Oh, we're equal friends.
But then when I said the next one, though, then I went too far. And then it was that middle
Yeah, but
one.
it's Price is Right rules. So if you go over, then
Oh, yeah, you're already out.
You're already out.
So I'm under. Okay, good. I would always just bet $1 on everything, just to hope that everybody...
1,001, please. You son of a bitch.
1,000... No, it's $1,000 and 1 cent. So this movie, visually, I mean, it was awesome. Like the stuff they were showing, like when I say visually awesome, let me finish. Like it was gross, like all the gore and stuff like that. But like the way they did it, like the way it was all essentially practical.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. But it's also just gross as fuck. And then
Like,
also
you
made me
like-
want to watch The Thing. Because when the brother first came out of the floor and stuff like that,
Literally,
I thought of The
the
Thing.
exact movie I was just going to
We should have just watched. I know you suggested The Thing.
Yeah.
I've already seen that though, and I kind of want to steer us in a direction of seeing movies that at least one of us has only seen. That's
cool.
So that way the other person has the experience that the other. Anyway,
I thought it was also because the original thing isn't on any of the streams. Just the new one was
let's
on.
just say that I'll leave this in the edit so that way. Now maybe I'll edit it out so that way we.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I really enjoy. I own The Thing, I believe. Well, again, I own it, so I'm not going to have people pay to listen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so again, visually, since everything was essentially practical in this, I thought it was great and surprising with the budget that they had to do what they did. That's sweet. Now, granted, sometimes a lot of the stuff was in the shadows, so that way they can probably avoid some expenditures on that stuff. But
Well, I think the only real issue, special effects wise, we had was Frank, no skin Frank.
correct. And not even Frank. It was no skin fake Frank. Like, I didn't know that another actor played him. That's fucking bizarre. Why would they even do that?
I don't know. Maybe they only had that swarthy dude for like a couple days.
Yeah, I'll do it. But I only got a weekend. He's smoking out of his throat. That's why he's wearing turtlenecks during his scenes. So,
Well, Brandon point like you didn't like skinless Frank just in a polo shirt.
yeah, it's not that I thought that was funny. I thought that was so stupid. Like, I get why they dress him so that way he's not just walking around with his dick out.
You know who it looked like to me?
If I had to guess, well, give me a hint.
Comics.
That's not enough hint.
It's fucking an
Like a
amazing
comic book,
Yeah,
The Red Skull.
close.
Okay,
Fucking oh my god, Vision.
okay.
Like when he just wears clothes, but he still has Vision face.
Yeah,
that's what he
kinda
looks
silly,
like. That's
yeah.
what he
Did you watch?
WandaVision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Claire, I have a note here that says, "Dude's literally all bloody and she's ready to fuck," because there's that part where she like put her own finger like in her. I think it was her finger.
I think it was his bloody finger.
Oh, if it was
Yeah,
her bloody
it's
finger,
rough.
that bums me out. But like she was ready to just fuck him at any moment. Like he just sucked the
hey, man,
soul out of
that's love,
somebody.
man.
Okay,
Once you're in love,
fine. That's fine.
through sickness and no skin,
Yeah.
till death do you part.
It's like those fools that were in love like serial killers and stuff like that. Like they know the gruesome stuff that they've done and caused, and it's like, dude, I want to fucking suck that dick. Yeah. No, I can't. It was bummed me out.
Yeah.
Like how ready she was to just get pounded by him.
It was weird.
It was. It's uncomfortable.
But I think that's part of it. It's what level of, depraved are we as humans willing
accept.
to go through,
Sure. And again,
Like that's the whole point of the Cenobites. Like they're beyond pleasure and pain. It's just extreme,
very extreme. The parts where the hooks were coming out and they were grabbing the skin. I know for the time that probably looked great, but obviously watching now, I'm like,
jank.
It's. I mean, like you said, there's a certain level of camp that you have to accept. And us seeing this now with the technology we have now, I think that's why we're just so accustomed to things looking so clean with CGI and more practical things that people can do now, animatronics and shit.
That's you having an issue with that. I'm fine with
Okay, well, fuck you. How about that? So I have another note here that also says this movie fucking sucks. But and then I have poor Larry again. The doctor, when he was helping, what was the daughter's name?
Christy?
Corinne. He literally looked like a poor man's Lionel Richie, is what I put.
Yeah.
Like he looked it's Lionel Richie's brother, Lionel Richie. He's RR, he's LR. Yeah. So to go back on this, so you didn't enjoy the movie per se. I didn't enjoy it at all. Was there any aspect of this movie that you thought was cool? Anything that really stood out?
You always ask this question, and there's always like a 4-second blank space before the answer.
I know in Gunpowder, you said that it was like lighting. It was the lights used and stuff. So something that was technical. As I said, what I liked in this movie, the only thing that I really liked in this movie was just the practical effects, like how I'm sure it took them a lot of time to do.
I do have an answer then.
Okay.
That because it's so gross. When Frank first comes back as like this kind of skeleton part of him, like that was pretty sweet.
When he's crawling on the ground.
Yeah.
Naked, but he was like gray, like he wasn't bloody and stuff yet, so he was just like
he was like sinew and tissue still. Yeah. Like, he didn't have organs yet. Oh, actually the organs started to form inside. Like that's pretty impressive. That was cool.
And Larry's hand, thinking about it, he bled a lot from that nail.
Yeah.
Like profusely.
Yeah.
Like when they did the closest the blood hitting the ground, I'm like, you're not bleeding this much, buddy. Like that's like you split open your fucking hand, like as in like a gash. That was just a gnarly cut. But like he probably lost a quart of blood.
Speaking of gash, like Cenobites, like in hell, like they're supposed to be like these priests of this order.
Okay.
Their name?
Yeah.
They are from the Order of the Gash, which is kind of a weird name, but that was
That's
funny.
really what they're. Did you look that up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say
you just said it, but I was like, oh, right. Speaking of,
well, I said gash. I wouldn't have thought. I mean,
in hell, that's like the church that they belong to, whatever.
Another note here. It says this movie fucking sucks. I told you. I read
say church, like sect. I mean, that's a better word. Anyway, go ahead.
The SECT.
Yeah.
Sect. Okay. So you like that, and to not talk about the movie.
It was just impressive. It looked cool. It reminded me so much of like The Fly and stuff like that, like that kind of cool. Or The Thing, like you said.
Well, that's the thing.
Like it just looked pretty good.
I did.
Enjoyed it.
Again, with the effects.
I got mummy vibes. Did you get mummy vibes from it?
I can see that now when you say it, yes, but when I watched it, no. Like a lot
as opposed to like bloody vision.
Right. A lot of the vibes that I got from the movie was just like, this sucks. And and how did people enjoy this?
You know what else I got? Which they're probably just
aroused.
Yeah, well, that's everything. Remember Jeepers Creepers?
Yes.
Like, actually, that's a good movie. We should do that movie.
With Justin Long and...
I don't remember who's
I don't know the girl. I don't know the girl.
But the guy in Jeepers Creepers, like, I don't know, his face makeup reminded me of Frank's. Like the I guess like the protrusions in the face and like the deep set eyes with black.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, that's especially when he's talking, it reminds me of that monster. I can't remember what its name is.
So
Jeeper, probably.
Yeah, I think his name
Frank Jeeper. Nice to meet you guys. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm Mr. Creeper.
I'm only here every 22 years, but it's good to see you.
I'm Mr. Creeper. My first name's Jeeper. You call me Jeeper Creeper if you want to, but most of my friends call me just Mr.
JP.
Creeper. Yeah.
Wait, JC. Sorry.
JC, yeah. So when the daughter was in the hospital and she went into the wall, which to me, if I unlock some kind of portal to an unknown hallway, I'm not going to go down it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't...
It could be fun. It could be like Beetlejuice.
That's true, and it could just lead to like some kind of whorehouse of sorts.
Yeah,
but
I would not. Room.
I would have not. Yeah, I would have not gone through there. First of all, and second of all,
would you though?
No. See, that's the thing about horror movies.
That's the thing about horror movies
I don't like is that they always make the wrong decision. It's always like
Yeah.
that commercial you've seen, right? It's an insurance commercial, and it's those people running out of the cornfield like, what should we do? Oh, let's go hide in the attic. No,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
go hide
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Guys, let's take the car. And I'm like,
The running car.
yeah, and they're like, no, like they always make the wrong decision. And so this girl, she's fiddling with her thing with the puzzle box, and she opens a literal hallway to nothing that she doesn't know where that should not have been there
I
before.
think it's a gateway to hell, but okay.
Either way, and she goes down and she's chased by that fucking demon dog. It looked like Quado. Like Quado came out of the stomach and just started chasing somebody. If nobody got that reference,
It looked like a
that's from Total Recall.
humanoid, like stiletto heel, like
Yeah,
shoe
okay.
shaped.
Yeah. It's like a shitty Florida shaped thing.
Yeah.
Florida fucking. But so how did okay? So I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but how did she know at the end of the movie? Spoiler alert: fake Frank with the skin of Larry stabs Claire, and he's like, "Hey, no hard feelings." Even though the whole movie she's doing everything he needs, like, "Hey, I need bodies."
He's a deviant, bro.
I get it. Okay,
All he
fine.
cares about is
Kills her.
carnal desires.
Kills her, takes her essence, takes her life force, and so she dies. But like, how did the daughter figure out that if she just forces the box closed in certain ways that it's gonna eliminate the Cenobites? How did she know that? There's no way. They didn't say like, oh, our only weakness if you close the box.
I know I just watched it, but doesn't one of them go like, no, don't, or something?
Well, they do say yes. I think the woman one says that, because I think the woman was gone first, and then it was Pinhead, and then I think Big Boy. Oh no, the Quado was last. But yeah, she just starts jamming it closed, and I don't know. Is that 80s logic? Is that cocaine logic?
It's puzzle box, man. She figures out the puzzle.
She didn't figure out she did figure out to open up the doorway, sure, the first time, yes. And I do like that when they're gonna take her, and she's like, "Wait, don't you know Frank? Like Frank, he got out." And they're like, "No, he didn't." When it's like
impossible.
I do believe that when the house was burning down and the boyfriend miraculously gets there, mind you, that he was like coughing, that you got to know that's asbestos, like straight up, like Wizard of Oz style, like this is asbestos. They're like, hey, let's just throw some shit in there and let's just cough. He has now mesothelioma, so he's probably part of the Screen Actors Guild that's just suing.
If I know anything, that's that old ass house. That's lead paint, 100%.
Oh, clearly,
as soon as that comes down on him.
Yeah, and as it's burning, you need to inhale those fumes as quickly as possible. That's where you get your power. That's where the Cenobites get their powers, the lead-based paints. So
that guy was super nerdy looking.
He was.
And she was like all about him. Like at that dinner party, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get me some."
She was ready to get some of that. Like, did you see what he was wearing at the end of the movie? Like the multicolored like pattern. What the fuck was that? Now I would wear that to this day, sure, but he looked like a.
You would wear it ironically. He was wearing it unironically.
Correct, but he looked like a fucking goofball, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm sure you've seen opposites attract, all that kind of shit. But
I've seen pictures of me from the 80s where it looks like that. Mind you, I'm 5.
Yeah, you weren't dressing yourself back then, so that's not your fault. It's your fucking mom's. God damn you, Miss. Well, I don't want. Yeah, Miss V. There we go. That's what we'll say. So, you told me what you liked about this movie. What's your biggest not like?
You know what?
Because to me, it's the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least from the outside, the exteriors, the house looks like super huge.
Yeah, but when you go in, it's super tight.
It's like it's like claustrophobic almost. Like I was just watching a movie earlier. I don't remember what it was because I just went to visit my parents, and it was just on TV. And it was a house similar to this one, I guess. Well, actually, no, it was kind of craftsman. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
But it's like old style inside, and it had like a super wide staircase. To the point where it's like my mom's like, "Hey, that's a nice looking staircase in there." I'm like, yeah, it is. You're right. But this one's like all creaky and like kind of.
And it had like 6 different turns to it.
Yeah,
like
just went inside, and literally through the front door, you're having issues like getting a mattress upstairs. Like that should be like to get into like the bedroom.
To be fair, those movers. So when you walk in that front door, there's that small little like let's just say 5 by 8 narrow room, and then there's the open doorway that leads to the main foyer. Is that what that would be? The foyer right there, like the open space. And then you get the. Let me think here. Okay, so if you walk to
tiny kitchen.
Right, to the right. But if you walk to thinking of those stairs, once you go through that open doorway, I believe you have to go around it.
Boom, right into the stairs.
You should. But you have to go around one, so you go upstairs on the left, then you go back up to the right, then you go back up to the left, and then you go back to the second floor. I'm almost certain.
3rd floor. That room?
I thought that was second floor. And then you go up one more, and that's where their bedroom was.
No, the room where Frank is hanging out is third floor.
Is it really?
It's almost half floor because remember there's a part where she's at the very top. Julia is,
But
and then Larry's a level down, but they're almost like halvesies levels. Did you notice
that's
that?
weird though, because then why would you have an attic on a level floor? Attic usually you have to go up into.
It wasn't necessarily. It was just a room that was taped off and
I thought they called
unfinished.
it an attic. Because I swear they said attic. Because I
No,
remember
but
reading
she goes in
Wikipedia.
a normal door.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I thought I read on Wikipedia or something that it's in the attic, but
It's probably just miss.
I don't like. I know Wikipedia is not auto. It's filled out by the user, but still,
I mean, it looks like an attic, of course,
yeah,
but I mean the roof isn't pitched or whatever.
Yeah.
like it's just a room that's unfinished with newspaper on the window or whatever.
which you would think as
Because
Larry.
she goes across the hall and it's just a bedroom where all that shit is and the corpses.
And you would think too, with having that house, that's gonna be one of the first things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the newspapers down, because like the house from the exterior already looks like a scary house as is. So why have newspaper covering windows and shit? I don't know. And
Also, it's filmed in England too, right?
I don't know.
It is.
I didn't. Okay.
I'm telling you.
You asked me. You guys said it's filmed in, right? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, well,
You're just supposed to disagree.
sure.
With me, but
Okay.
whatever.
I don't know.
But I mean, sometimes places have like the narrow houses, and so that might just be like how shit was made back then. You know what I'm saying?
Fine, but where were they
Like
trying
big
to
houses,
establish?
but like tiny space. I don't know. People were smaller back in the day. What do you want me to say?
Where were they trying to establish this was? Did they say like?
Well, that's
It seemed like I thought they were like going to L.A. or something like that.
there's no fucking way the house is in LA.
You could be in the suburbs, man.
I mean, they were in that subway where they're making out later on, or in the
Yeah.
middle.
And what's up with the homeless guy, really quick? I didn't write any notes about him, but I just thought about obviously the homeless guy was not homeless. It was some also Cinnabite or whatever too. But when he was in the pet shop
store.
with her, I thought he was taking a piss. Like when she's like, "What are you doing?" I thought he was like he was. And then obviously I feel like if that even back then, if someone was in the fucking store with his hand in a cricket box eating, I'm gonna scream like, "Get the fuck out!" She's like, "Hey, get out of here, you!" And he just
Sir.
yeah. And then I think that's when I realized how bad the dub was when the lady there had her fucking parakeet or whatever. Like, I want to speak to the manager, but her mouth wasn't moving initially. Kinda-
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
But if I saw that kind of homeless guy, like, not to judge based on how someone's dressed or anything like that, because everybody goes through life a little different. But like, I'm gonna have like a lead pipe with me if that guy tries to, like, just hidden in my sleeve, so I could pop it out and swing if I had to. But like, that guy literally ate crickets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, get the fuck out.
Well, I'm suspicious of any homeless person wearing that much eyeliner too. So
That too, and it's sunny as fuck, and he's
Yeah.
wearing 8 articles of clothing. Like, that's too much.
I mean, if they're in England though, I mean, it's probably cold.
Yeah, England is a very depressingly rainy place.
But yes, at the end, I don't know exactly. He was like the watcher of the cube.
Yeah,
and he
but-
turns into a demon and sends it back to the guy to sell
Yeah,
it.
the guy they wrote where it is, and
Morocco, I think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just right now. So that even too, there's more. There's more stuff I want to talk about, but like even that. So he transforms into that bony bird thingy, and then
He looks like a shitty Balrog from Lord of the Rings. Is that what it is?
you're more into Lord of the Rings than I was.
That demon thing
That was killed by the woman.
no, that Gandalf fights.
Oh, in the first one.
Yeah.
That when he said thou shalt not pass. To be fair, I saw that movie only once, and that was Fellowship, right?
That you were cool, bro.
Well, you are
Anyway,
right, because I
anyway,
like Star
yeah,
Wars
yeah,
better. Did you know they're thinking of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings? Did you know they're making another Clerks?
I'm over it.
I mean, it still has
100%.
Rosario. It still
I don't
has.
care.
It still has Dante and the other guy. They already finished filming and shit like that, but so it's Clerks 3, I think. Clerks 2 was the one where they filmed at Buena Park. They filmed at the old Burger King that was on Beach.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because I think they only filmed for like a month, but they had to like close it all off because people. I mean, you have like, I guess the biggest name in that whole movie was Rosario and Jason Lee, I guess. Anyway, did you know Jason Lee got out of Scientology?
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, many years ago.
Okay.
I remember looking him up, like thinking, I want to contact him and be like, hey, how do I get in the film? Like just as a,
I have a skateboard. Speaking of which, how do I get into film?
how did you do, Jason? How did you get out too? How did you get away from Scientology? Because how could we get Tom out of there? Obviously, the kids I believe he was inhaling asbestos, but when they were getting rid of the puzzle box, I don't know what city they're in. They obviously have some kind of metropolis because it was like a downtown in that shot. But
There's no fire marshal because they're just fucking
yeah,
lighting
what is the
fires,
random
like,
fires
for funsies?
There was like just it was like they're in just a big dirt lot, and there was 20 scattered fires. What is happening in this city? And they weren't tire
Did
fires.
they start all of them?
I don't know. That's what I'm
Lot
confused
of
about.
questions.
And then so initially I was thinking when they showed the fire, I don't know if I wasn't looking, I thought it was the house. I thought they were burning the house down. But then when they did the wide, I was like, wait, how can that be the whole house? And not realizing that they were just in a completely different location. So why not just burn the house down? Get rid of it all. Like, and then throw the thing in there. But the homeless guy, just trying to think of this movie now to make sense of it is...
He's just there. Yeah, I can't explain it.
Yeah, because how is he the guy to follow for the puzzle box, right? So hear me out. So if he's like you said, let's say he's the watcher
of the box. Yeah.
Let's say he's the watcher of the box. So when Frank had it and he died, oh, you know what? So okay, so they got Frank. Frank got, and then Pinhead closed the puzzle, and then that closed it all off, right? Mm-hmm. So initially, all his dead organs and all the shit that was in that attic, and then when he closed it, it was all gone.
Right.
So that would mean that the box is with them in wherever the fuck they are, hell. But with Frank coming back, did he bring it with him? Was it in his hands?
I don't remember seeing a shot of the box anywhere in the Frank reformation.
Right.
So I don't remember exactly.
Because then he just had it. So where was he holding it? Like, and then, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Like now, so does that mean
Pulls it out of his ribs?
Yeah. Does that mean the homeless guy was there the whole time waiting for Frank, or because that Cenobite should have already known that? Okay,
it's a lot of questions.
Now that I'm trying to make sense of it, it's making me like this movie even less, and I didn't even like it to begin with. So out of 0 stars, now we're at negative. Like, whoa. Yeah, that's troubling. So I have another note here that says this movie fucking sucks.
Seriously, why are we watching this?
Yeah. So I had one of the assumption that you had already seen this movie and you liked it. Is that not correct?
That is incorrect. Correct. You being incorrect is correct.
Right. What? And
well, because it feels like it's one of like the top
don't
4
fucking say
of
it.
The holy quad.
What's the holy 4 then? What's the Trinity?
It's the Halloweens, the Freddy's, the Jason's, and the Hellraisers.
One might even argue Saw's.
No, I'm talking about this era.
Oh, 80s.
80s.
Okay, so you said
Even
Jason, you have Freddy.
Like 77 or whatever. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Jason, Freddy, Michael, and this.
Pinhead, essentially, yeah.
I mean, sure. Okay, fine. Like the whole.
Well, because each of those has fucking 7 sequels or whatever.
Yeah. You haven't seen the new Halloween, right?
No, not yet.
Did you see the one prior?
Yes.
So here's my question for those. Assumably, Mike Myers dies at the end of every single one of those.
Sure.
So
okay.
Well, like didn't Jamie
Lee
Lee shoot him up in the last one, and then now he's still alive? How did he get in space? How did he come back from hell? How did he?
You're mixing a couple of them, but okay.
Me?
Jason goes to space.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's not Mike Myers. You're right. And Mike Myers is grounded. Sure, Mike Myers is a more serial killer. That's
foolish. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Jason X is so bad too.
Can you read this? How about this? I'm going to ask you this question real quick. Put 2 celebrities together.
Okay.
That have actually been in a movie together.
Okay.
And I'm thinking I can tell you what it is. It could be obscure. Not okay. To be frank, let me make a little stipulation on that. You've seen a lot of different movies than I have. Okay. So let's just try to keep this a little more mainstream in a sense. Nothing like no foreign or anything like that. 2 names.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Al Pacino.
Scarface.
Nice.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Okay.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth?
From American Pie.
Yeah, I know she is. Cedric and Shannon. Soul Plane.
Wow, you're way wrong. It is. Do you want me to tell you?
Is it a Halloween?
No.
Is it a scary movie?
No.
Damn it.
It is Johnson Family Vacation.
What the fuck? I think less of you for knowing that.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, that doesn't.
But I've seen the trailer that I knew that she's in it. Yeah, well, it counts.
That doesn't count.
It still counts. Okay, fine. How about that? John Goodman and Halle Berry.
It starts with the G.
No.
Damn it! I was thinking Gothica. Is that what that movie was called with her in it?
Yeah, she was Gothica. I don't think John Goodman was.
Oh, it's not Catwoman, is it?
No. The Flintstones movie.
She's like the sexy.
Yeah. She's had that long hair for
Is that
like
one
her
or two?
It's the first one. The second
It's
one.
not Viva Rock Vegas.
Yeah, that's the second one. Yeah, that's the shitty one. Because the first one I did like.
You know what I just rewatched?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Nymphomaniac Volume 1.
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay, good. Now Volume 2.
Nah.
Yeah.
Addams Family Values.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's
the
very
second
good.
one is spectacular.
Super good.
Like when they have the Thanksgiving scene, that scene alone, I'm like, that's still relevant now. Everything they're saying right now is still relevant. That movie is so good.
Yeah.
There is that scene where they go to see Fester, and she's like, "You put some kind of spell on him, some sexual." I respect that. And then that whole movie though was great. And like when they're like, "Smile for us, honey," and she smiles, I'm like, "Make her stop." It's super creepy. That movie is really good. Even the first one's good. I like both. Even the
only thing
animated
I would
ones.
say is when they put her in like the cabin and force her to watch all those movies. I'm kind of pumped for all those movies. I'm like, I would watch all those movies. I would not have an issue. Yeah. It's like Mary Poppins and stuff like that. I think it's The Sound of Music. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was just talking
cool.
about.
What's
talking
the
about
punishment again? Just you want me to just sit here and watch these cool movies all day? All right, whatever.
Darn it.
Darn.
I was just talking about The Sound of Music too.
Today.
The Sound of Music. So the story of that, really quick. I'm sorry, everybody, because we're definitely going off basis. But The Sound of Music, that was supposed to be taking place during World War II, correct? What country were they in? Sweden?
Austria, I believe.
Austria. Okay, so that was the occupancy of Germany when they're coming there to take over, and then they're trying to get out, so that way they're not. Okay, that's what I thought. And was it the daughter's little boyfriend guy? He helped them, correct?
Sure.
Or he did not help them?
It's literally been super long years since I've seen, so I don't remember exactly.
Well, do re mi, motherfucker, because isn't that one of the songs?
Funny enough, I've listened to the soundtrack more recently.
Is it do?
Yeah.
Do a deer.
Female
Okay.
deer.
What's the other one that she sings with the kids in the bed? When she likes something. Fuck.
Raindrops on roses.
There it is. Fucking Julie Andrews, man.
She's
I
amazing.
still love her to this
She's
day. She's great.
astounding.
Yeah, she's fucking phenomenal.
One, beautiful. Two, voice of an angel.
You know who I also like a lot is her dame Judi Dench. Is it Dame? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Judi Dench a lot too. I mean, she's no longer M in the Bond movies, but because she died like 3 movies ago or something like that.
Can't she sing though?
No, it's not about singing. No, I just
That's where I draw the line.
yeah. That fucking gnar peaked. So anyway, I have no more notes besides one last one that says this movie fucking sucks. I'm telling you, I wrote it many times.
It was I mean, I feel like we're saying this a lot. Like it was kind of a rough watch, like to get. But it's like so silly. Like
it was not silly. It was campy.
I don't hate it, but I'm like, okay.
But there's certain
But like
degrees
compared
of campy.
compared to like
Evil Dead 1.
Evil Dead
1
Evil
was
Dead
great
2,
because that was campy. Yes, but it wasn't like
The Thing. I mean, I'd rather watch all those.
You think The Thing was campy?
Huh?
You don't think The Thing was campy, do you?
No, but I mean, just like the goriness, the ghoulishness is.
Do you think
it's of the era of that style?
Would you say The Thing is gorier than this?
Yeah, it's weirder.
I would say more
Like
obscure.
a
Yeah,
weird, like,
creatures.
body
Yeah. I would
apart.
say yes. That's like what was that guy's fucking name? The guy that would do the body shit. We talked about it in the Akira. And shit. It was a director, and then oh my fucking god, it was because he would
American director.
I think so. He was the guy that did
Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg.
Did The Fly.
Yes, because I was gonna say The Fly just right now too. Because when I was editing the Akira episode.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
When I was editing the Akira episode, how fuck, what did I say to Megan? I said something that I completely forgot. Where it was Attack on Titan. Like we talked about it early in the episode, and I brought it up later. And then you had the joke. You're like, you were saying that like earlier, and then as I was talking to Megan about it, you said Cronenberg. And as I was editing it, I laughed so hard because we couldn't remember his name prior to, and then you were making the joke that you just. And I was like, this is why this motherfucker is my best friend. You just say this fucking joke, and I'm editing this. And I started cracking up because it's stupid. That I guarantee people listening to that are not gonna laugh at that. Like it's so stupid. And you say it like you're like David Cronenberg, but Megan and I are already talking, so you don't really hear you
that
say
was weeks ago, motherfucker.
That was tonight, man. That was tonight. I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy. Fuck. And I was just rewatching those recently too, the Charlie Murphy Chronicles. The fucking Prince and the Rick James. Anyway, so what were you saying? This movie, I was saying the fucking sucks. And I
was saying of like the 80s horrors, I think mine, it's either The Fly or The Thing are the best of those movies.
I would say The Thing for sure. But I'm biased because I've only seen The Fly once, and I'm a huge fan of
Pretty
Goldblum.
fucking good. We should
Story-wise?
We should have did The Fly.
Or
Can we do 2 Halloween movies?
no, there's only one 31st. And
Okay, so next year we're doing The Fly for.
no, we're doing Hellraiser 2. How about this for the anniversary of The Fly?
I saw like the screenshots of Hellraiser 2, and I think the girl, the daughter, Ashley is in it again.
That's
Ashley
fine.
Lawrence.
I have no more notes about this movie besides obviously the many that I said it fucking sucks. Poor Larry, poor man Lionel Richie, doctor. How did she know to close the box? Coughing asbestos. Like, something that when I think about this movie though now, it's just gonna be the funny to me thinking of a literal cadaver walking around in a button-up shirt actually let me think of this too. When the daughter came home after she got out of the hospital, when the woman answered the door, I'd be like I would have just screamed because you just saw that bitch like lead a dude into the house and a guy to his death. But like she's like, I want to see my dad.
Does she know that guy's dead already, or she just knows that she's cheating on him, or assumes?
So I would assume
she's cheating on her dad.
I think she initially thought cheating. And then once she got in the house, she's like, oh no, she's leading people to die by this cadaver. And then you find out, obviously, it's me, Frank. You look fucking good.
Oh yeah, she'd seen that part. Okay,
yeah,
right,
she saw the guy, he reached for her. I don't know why it was a thing where Frank was like hiding behind the door jamb and kind of like holding the guy, and then the guy grabbed her.
All over the place and kind of weird, like just creeping around, like some janky ass red eyes looking around. Like,
Yeah. Fucking Attack on Titan. Oh, you don't know that cartoon, but he looked like one of the bad people in Attack on Titan.
Gotcha.
But I think that's just
Vision's in Attack on Titan too.
He could be. Yeah, he could be. It's called Vision on Titan.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I tried. So
Titan Vision, bro. Come on.
Okay, that's actually not bad. That's not bad. So is there anything else that you want to say about this horrible, horrible movie?
This horrible horror movie.
Yeah, this horrible horror movie.
Like I said, I mean, there's a bunch of movies, and not that sequels are rarely better than the original, but
I don't know if I would absolutely 100% say Terminator 2.
Yeah,
Are you talking about horror? Yeah. Rare. Yes. Okay, sorry.
Although I think Evil Dead 2 is better than. It doesn't matter.
I think Army of Darkness is better than
So
Evil
like
Dead 1.
maybe it gets better. Maybe it's more. I don't know. Maybe they keep making them. They kept making them, so they gotta at least make money. I don't know.
Yeah,
so maybe they get better. I don't know.
The thing about Evil Dead, really quick, I passed on the opportunity to buy that special edition Necronomicon version.
Oh, with rubber.
I really should have bought it. Yeah,
you fool.
But then I thought, like, how's it gonna fit in my fucking DVD, like my box?
Well, that's why I got angry at those goddamn Simpsons box heads.
Oh yeah, because they're all fucking awkwardly shaped.
Like, how the fuck am I supposed to put this stuff in?
Well, I mean, how many do you have? Do you have all of them? All the heads?
I don't remember. I must have stopped at some point. I don't know.
I know my dad has a few too, and I think I have like a few as well. But yeah, I didn't like that either because they'd be like Bart's head, Homer head, at least Marge's head, and stuff like that.
What we're saying is make your box sets square and rectangular.
Yeah, please. Thinking of The Simpsons really fast too. Did you like Futurama as much as I did? Because I think I like Futurama better than Simpsons.
Well, now you're not my best friend, but that's fine.
You've
told me that. You've told me that before. Of course, I just didn't watch it as religiously as The Simpsons.
Okay.
So I could go back and watch a whole bunch because I've probably watched straight through maybe the first 2 seasons and then spots of other seasons.
We're talking Futurama, right?
Futurama, yeah.
Okay.
So then there's 10 seasons?
Technically now, yes, because they consider when they broke up like the movies as one season. So there's those 4 movies that they broke up. One movie was 4 episodes, and whatever. But so they made that on a new season, which I thought that's kind of bullshit. But whatever. The seasons on Comedy Central were still really good too, and those are shorter seasons. Those are great. Anyway, this is our special episode, our Halloween episode
of terrible movie.
Of a horrible, horrible movie for our web.
Okay. So movie wise,
okay.
I know you don't like the dubbing.
Yeah.
Are the performances bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What do you? I get it because this is the 80s, and back then they weren't really as, I guess you could say, judged, because it's a horror movie. It's not. You're not going into that expecting some fucking Daniel Day-Lewis, acting experience. Yeah. You're not going in there thinking Leo, what's eating Gilbert Grape kind of shit. You're going in there thinking, I just want some fucking gore and some dicks, and fucking women getting all hot and bothered over corpses.
Yeah.
But
once again, I think I'm just comparing it to others like fucking Kurt Russell or Goldblum from those other movies. Like, you just can't compare them.
Well, nothing compares.
There it is.
Nothing compares.
No?
To the
Close enough.
That's close enough. That's
I like it.
Yeah, you got it. So this is our Halloween special. Mike and I were talking about this a little bit, mostly me actually talking about it. We are going to take. Are you okay with this, Mike?
Hey, bro. You're the one with the microphones.
That's valid. So I was saying we're going to take a month
I'm going to keep
break.
talking.
Okay.
And whether or not you stick something in front of my face.
I'll put something in front of your face, all right?
This is whether we're going to have an episode.
It's not a microphone, but it's... so I was saying we're going to take a month break because we've been relatively consistent with the every other week thingy.
Yeah.
My fault sometimes, and then also we'd have audio issues, but I just want us to have a month of just time off. But realistically, in that time, we can record ahead. So we can kind of just have some leniency for certain things because we still never put out the Art of Self-Defense that we can do out. But what I want to do I want to do is have a break for November and then start December. We'll do 2 specials of Christmas movies. Yeah. And so we'll have to, and then I'm finishing up the website.
Any listeners that have any of Brandon's info, if you want to send him any recommendations,
sure.
Always open to
if
them.
you want to text, you could email us. It's specrapular@gmail.com.
Hell yeah.
Anybody can email us, specrapular@gmail.com. And you can recommend a movie.
I'm assuming we're going to just get a lot of emails that says, please stop.
Give up while you're already way too far ahead. Like,
what did my ears do to deserve this? I'm already on to you guys, so no smart ass remarks.
Yeah, we're going to have you better make a fake email. I'm looking at you fuckers. But yes, you're welcome to always email us any recommendations, what you like, what you don't like about the show. And we'll read them on the air. We'll read them on the episode. On the episode. So if you have anything to send us that's not derogatory or shitty, then we'll read them.
If you have any technical movie making questions, I will gladly give you wrong answers.
Yes.
And we will. But,
yeah. You know what? Ask us anything in this email. Ask us like what you should do in a situation that you're going through. Let us 2 idiots tell you what we think you should do for yourself. So anyway. As of right now, I think we will take a month break, but we'll see how it goes. But we'll follow it up with some Christmas specials. I'm hoping Jingle All the Way is going to be available. I'm hoping, what do you think? You said The Muppets Christmas? Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Okay. I've actually never seen that. But I think
like I said, we're spitballing a little bit. It could be anything. There's gazillions of Christmas movies.
We could watch Die Hard because that's a Christmas movie. That is a Christmas movie. Come at me if you don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Okay, yeah.
What?
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, fuck you. So anyway, everybody, thank you for listening to this episode of Specrapular. I'm sorry that the movie sucked fucking dick, but this was Mike's choice. And Mike, is there anything you want to say? Any thoughts?
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yes.
Remember, be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Only eat the wrapped candies.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for those
razor blades
and those
syringes.
Apples and syringes.
Really quick. I'm sorry. I just might as well bring it up. That was always a threat of us growing up when we go to Halloween, when we go trick or treating. That there's.
I think it literally has never happened.
It's never.
Yeah.
But I know it has. But it's not. From what I've actually truly seen. I've seen those like people who do this. But like,
bro, I know a guy who knew a guy who it happened to his cousin.
Mm-hmm. And what happened to his cousin though? Is he dead?
She died.
Oh, it's a she. Okay. DED dead. Enjoy your Halloween. Yeah. Like Mike said, eat candy that's actually name brand. Not don't eat Smarties because those are the worst. Don't eat Peeps. Those aren't even candy.
I mean, since this is like Halloween talk,
we're literally putting this on Halloween.
Hell yeah. What are your thoughts like on like candy corn and shit like that?
Candy corn is by far the best. No, it's not. It's the worst.
I was like, oh, interesting.
I hate candy corn. So here's the candy. I don't even. Well, candy corn technically, sure. I guess it's candy. Do you like Peeps?
I can eat a Peep, but I'm like, if there's like a whole sleeve of Peeps, I'm not gonna throw down on them. But
I think I can leave it the same. I can eat a Peep. Yeah. Do you think that chocolate is candy?
Of course. What?
It is not.
What kind of fucking question is that?
No, because chocolate has its own thing. Like when you go down a candy aisle, there's chocolate by itself, and then there's candy. There's a difference. I'm not gonna say I'm really hankering candy.
That's like saying like, oh, it's chicken meat because technically there's beef and then there's fucking poultry. Like it's all fucking meat, motherfucker.
Although that's different though.
It's like, literally exactly what you just said.
I swear to God, if you look up at any website that has candy, like that has candy and chocolate,
you're one of those like tomato is a fruit kind of sons of bitches.
That is true though. Tomato is a fruit, but it has seeds. I didn't make the rules.
I'm just saying, like, okay,
that's not the same. That is absolutely not the same. So chocolate is chocolate. Candy is candy.
Is it sweet?
It can be.
Okay.
Do you think dark chocolate's not sweet?
Okay. It can be. It's not as sweet.
I don't think it's bitter.
So what's your criteria for a candy? Like just spun sugar and
No.
sugar's the only
It
thing
doesn't have to be.
allowed to be on.
Like,
in
so
it?
I don't know what to call Skittles. I don't know what to. I mean, what
all
are
fucking-
Swedish fish? What are
Sugar. It's all gelatin and sugar.
okay,
Fucking whatever.
gelatin. Okay, like gel. Yeah, like a chewy kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know how to distinguish candy like that. Like when it comes to material, like what to say is what.
Who's asking this question?
Nobody's
Why does
asking.
Brandon have to get to the bottom of it?
Here's the thing. I'm starting a new podcast called Ask Brandon, and where you get to send in questions, and I'll tell you some kind of idiotic response because I'm an idiot.
Candy, fact or fiction?
Mostly fiction. Anyway,
What are you doing for Halloween this year?
Fucking
I'm just gonna
nothing.
keep this. I'm keeping this going.
Okay, so
Oh, that's
anyway-
right, because we're fucking 35 years old.
yeah,
We're fucking adults.
you know, actually, now I'm going to say this now too. What the fuck is up with adults dressing up? I don't get it. We're 35. Like, what is the? If you have children, sure, but as adults, what's the hullabaloo about all that?
I mean, you have like the teens that go out trick or treating. Are you
fine.
talking specifically about trick or treating?
No,
Because like adults can go to
like
Halloween
parties, yeah,
and
parties.
dress
Okay.
up. Okay.
I get it, but like some people just dress up.
I mean, this year I feel like Halloween's kind of over already. Like, that shit happened already because I went to a party and I dressed up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I already had my Halloween, bro. I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's just me, just for this year.
And Mike, really quick, he was Uncle Fester from Addams Family Values when he was wearing.
That's right,
the
I didn't even
blonde
say
wig.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the blonde wig. You should have brought that up when we were talking about.
Also, I mean, there was a contest and I did win. So
that. And what did you win?
pretty good. Respect of my peers.
I feel like
and
that's
a big
not
bottle
true.
of gin.
Okay, the gin. There we go. The respect part. That's
Oh, I'm sorry, rum.
well. There's a big difference between those two drinks.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, so and then they talk about Halloween and adults dressing up. What's up with the fascination of being an adult and liking Disney so much? What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah.
I mean, we should just talk about that as private because I'm sure we've offended some people with that. I mean, I don't really care.
I mean,
but-
it's that whole kind of Tinder thing where like loving Disney and The Office is like your personality. That's like,
Now, I do know many people that like literally they have quotes of The Office.
that being said, I love The Office.
I have nothing against the
I'm
show.
cool
either.
with Disney.
I
I'm
like
not
30
obsessed
Rock
with it.
better. Well, I'm cool with Disney because they have Marvel and they have Star Wars.
Oh,
But like
I
when,
have issues with Disney owning the
everything?
fucking world.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But I was specifically saying Disneyland.
oh, that too. Again, the people that go to Disney like every week and that kind of stuff. That's just I don't. What kind
You
of
want to get your
childhood-
money's worth, right?
Sure, if you're gonna spend that $1,000 or whatever the fuck it is to have the pass, but oh god, this is just gonna be a deeper conversation of just me being, because I have many friends that are way into Disney and stuff like that, and that's fine. That's their thing, but it just kind of weirds me out. I'm not naming names here. You know who you are, who all of you are of what I mention here, but like,
Also, I was like, I think it's one of those things where just consumerism like just comes and like just punches you in the face.
Sure.
Because like when Disney, where they're opening the Galaxy's Edge,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I need to get me one of those sweet ass lightsabers, and I'm gonna wait in line for 2 hours and
There
spend
was-
$250. And then I remember I'm like, I can probably pay
You're an
some
adult.
bills with those
Okay.
$250.
Yeah.
Also, I'm an adult, so I'm like,
there was many years ago.
but they are cool. But I'm like,
yeah.
I'm almost 40. What the fuck is happening?
There
with
was
my life?
many years ago where I was on Etsy and I found this person. I think their Etsy page was like the lightsaber forge or the Jedi forge or something like that. And the guy made custom lightsabers. And I remember they're fucking amazing. I've looked recently and he's taking a break. He or she's taking a break. But I had showed our mutual friend, our old friend, Terrence. And like he bought one like that. Like I showed it to him and he bought one. And it was like $400. But
I'm sorry. Is it
so
just
cool.
the handle?
The hilt? The
hilt?
Yeah. And it comes with the hard plastic and you can choose whatever color you want. So I think he chose red because
Makes the bzzz too.
I don't know if it does the sound effects. I would hope if you're spending
pretty
$400 that it, yeah. But I always wanted one. But growing
$400?
as I'm saying, at that time I didn't have that kind of money. I was making like Blockbuster money and shit like that. So I wasn't making tons.
Big time.
Yeah. Dylan. But I really want it, but they're not making them anymore, and at least for the time being. But
So now they're worth even more, and they were an investment, and you missed out on it.
I did.
Wow.
Just like I had that opportunity to be a part of FUBU, and I fucked up. I could have been making FUBU money. Is FUBU still a thing? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so thank you again for listening to our fucking 8 to 10 minute long ramble about nothing. We'll see if we take that break. Mike, why don't you take us away?
Pin He is scary. And that's all I got.